All right, listen up, fellas. Ever wonder if there are certain words, those few perfect phrases that, when dropped at just the right moment, can grab a woman's attention and make her feel compelled to notice you? Well, guess what? There are. We're talking about words that aren't just fluff. These phrases tap into something deeper, something primal. Neuroscience has shown that certain words hit straight at the limbic brain, the part that controls emotions, making them impossible to ignore. And today I'm giving you 3 phrases that act like secret weapons to trigger that deep connection, that real attraction. Now, before you get excited, let me hit you with the truth. A lot of men screw up because they don't understand the art of communication. They end up being picked instead of doing the picking. Sound familiar? If you can't speak in a way that draws a woman in, you're leaving your chances up to chance. It's not about looks or charm. It's about knowing how to say the right thing at the right time. This video? It's your manual for making sure you never fumble again. I'm going to show you these 3 game-changing phrases, but I'm not stopping there. I'll teach you how to use them like a weapon. And here's the brutal truth. Timing is everything. Say these at the wrong moment, you'll crash and burn. But say them when the moment's right, and you'll see results you never thought possible. And hey, let's not forget about the Stoic mindset. What does Stoicism teach us? It's about control, not just control over your actions, but how you perceive the world around you. These phrases aren't magic tricks. They're rooted in discipline and awareness. When you're centered and know your worth, your words carry more weight. That's the foundation of true attraction, understanding what you can control and mastering the art of delivery. So, stick around. You're about to unlock a side of yourself that most men will never even touch. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give a quick like if you're ready to level up your game in relationships using Stoicism. Every video is a step closer to mastering your mindset and creating deeper, more powerful connections with the women you meet. Let's get started. All right, let's break this down in a way that gets you exactly what you want. We're diving deep into the psychology of attraction. This isn't about surface-level games. It's about real, raw human connection. Let's get started with message 1. The curiosity trigger. Imagine this. You've just met a woman, and instead of hitting her with the same tired, "Hey, how's it going?" you drop this line. "I noticed something interesting on your profile." Now, let me tell you why this phrase works like magic. It taps into something primal, the human instinct of curiosity. People are wired to seek answers. It's in our DNA. When you say this, you're not just speaking to her, you're speaking to that little voice inside her that wants to know what you've picked up on. What did he notice? What's so special about me? It doesn't matter how old she is, what she's wearing, or how many guys she's spoken to today. Every human loves a bit of mystery, and this line hooks her into the conversation like a fish on a line. Now imagine the power behind this. You're not just throwing out random small talk. You're setting the stage for something much deeper. You've already planted a seed of intrigue. This isn't, "Hey, you look nice," or some cliche pickup line. No, this line says, "I see something in you that most people miss." And that's a game changer. And this, my friend, is where the Stoic mindset comes in. It's not about just saying something to grab her attention. It's about saying something with purpose, like a Stoic who speaks only when their words hold weight. The Stoic philosopher doesn't speak to fill silence, but to convey meaning. So when you say this, you're aligning yourself with that discipline. You're not trying to impress her with shallow compliments. You're showing her you've observed, that you're present, and you're not afraid to speak your mind. Now, when you say, "I noticed something interesting on your profile," it's like throwing a little pebble into a calm lake. That pebble causes ripples, emotional ripples. Curiosity is a powerful force that takes her deeper into the conversation. What's he seen? What's so interesting? It opens the door to playful banter. Maybe you tease her about supporting a rival team, or you drop a reference to a place she's been, something you've also experienced. The goal here? To ignite curiosity. But here's the raw, unfiltered truth about curiosity. It's not just about trying to get her attention for attention's sake. It's about commanding it. Most guys are stuck in the loop of asking questions that go nowhere, only to be met with one-word responses. That's not you. You're the guy who doesn't have to try so hard because you know how to create interest. And when you do that, you stand out. Think about this. When someone says, "We need to talk," your heart probably starts racing a bit, right? You don't know if it's good or bad, but you're hooked. You want to know more. That's the exact feeling you're trying to trigger with this phrase. But you're doing it in a fun, lighthearted way. And here's the thing. Emotions are your secret weapon. Everyone, including women, makes decisions based on emotions, not logic. If you can stir up curiosity, you've already got her thinking about you in a way that's emotionally engaged. So, when she's asking herself, "What did he notice?" she's already invested. You've sparked a connection that goes beyond the usual surface-level interactions. In the world of Stoicism, the power of this message comes from your intentionality. You've learned to act with purpose, to speak with power, and to engage with clarity. It's about clarity and control, but not in the sense of controlling others. It's about controlling your own energy and presence so that you become someone people can't help but be drawn to. When you show up with that energy, you don't have to chase after anyone. They'll come to you. So, next time you're in a conversation, don't settle for the same old small talk. Be the guy who sparks curiosity. And when you do, watch how the game changes. All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever thought about how just a few words could make a woman obsess over you? Sounds wild, but I'm telling you, there are specific messages, almost like secret codes, that can get into her mind and make her constantly think about you. Whether she's already in a relationship or she's been seeing you as just a friend, these texts hit different. They trigger something in her brain that makes her crave your attention, and she won't be able to stop thinking about you. But be warned. If you use this message, you might just set off a chain reaction that has her chasing you. If you're not ready for that kind of power, then maybe you should think twice. But if you're ready to unlock that kind of influence over her mind, I've got something for you. I've put together a guide, 12 magnetic messages, the Stoic Guide to Never Being Ignored Again, that will show you exactly how to make these magic words work for you. All you have to do is click the link in the first pinned comment and grab your templates now. Don't wait, because this opportunity might not come around again. Let's get you the attention you deserve. All right, let's take a deeper dive into message 2. Confidence and assurance. This is where you separate yourself from the pack of weak, whiny men who just complain without ever stepping up. We're talking about real masculine energy here, not the watered-down version society tries to sell you. This is about being the man who doesn't just talk about fixing things. He does it. Now, let's cut to the core. When you're starting a relationship, or even if you're already in one, women are looking for something fundamental: security. The truth is, they crave stability. It's not some fairy tale romance. They want to know they're with a man who can handle life's challenges, who doesn't crumble at the first sign of trouble. And you're going to show her you're that man. Instead of spiraling into complaints or worse, sitting there paralyzed by the problem, you say something like, "Don't worry, I've got it covered for tomorrow." Boom. Simple, yet effective. This line doesn't just solve the issue, it shows confidence, strength, and the most crucial thing in the world: control. It tells her, "I've got it figured out. I'm not waiting for someone else to solve this. I'm the one who makes things happen." And that's a damn powerful message. Let's be clear here. Confidence is earned, not given. You're not born with it. You build it by facing your problems head-on and dealing with them, not by running from them. A real man doesn't whine about challenges. He fixes them. He doesn't need validation to feel good about himself. He already knows he's capable because he's proven it to himself time and time again. This is where the Stoic mindset comes in. Stoicism teaches us to look inward, to master our own emotions and actions, not the world around us. What does that mean in this context? It means taking responsibility, owning your life, your actions, and your responses to whatever life throws at you. You don't blame circumstances, and you sure as hell don't sit around complaining. Instead, you focus on what you can control, and you move forward with determination. Let's take this example. She's dealing with something at home, and instead of sitting around like a passive observer, you step up. You say, "I'll come over on Wednesday and fix it." That's it. It's not grandiose, it's not dramatic, it's action. But what you don't realize is how huge this is in her eyes. You're showing her that you're protective, capable, and above all, dependable. Here's the thing about confidence. It comes from growth. Growth isn't just about lifting weights or being good at a sport. It's about facing your demons, taking responsibility for your own life, and being relentless in your pursuit of becoming better. Real men don't focus on the obstacles, they focus on solutions. Every time you face adversity, you have a choice. Crumble under the weight or rise up and own it. A weak man blames, complains, and makes excuses. A strong man gets it done. You want to be the man who leads, not because you want to impress her, but because that's who you are. The path of growth isn't about trying to look good. It's about building the kind of strength that's undeniable. Virtue, strength, and integrity. That's what makes you stand out. When you embrace this, you don't just show up to the relationship, you transform it. So next time you're faced with a challenge, don't wait for someone else to step in. Be the guy who says, "I've got it covered." Show her that you're not just a talker, you're a doer. And in a world full of men who just talk, that's the kind of man she'll want by her side. This is how you build a relationship based on real trust, and how you build yourself into the man you were always meant to be. Let's talk about message 3, the hint of desire. This is where things get real, where you stop playing games and start tapping into the raw, primal energy that makes men different from the weak ones who can't handle the heat. Attraction, real chemistry. It's not some fairy tale. It's raw. It's visceral. And if you've been stuck in the friend zone or are dealing with shallow, surface-level conversations, it's time to change that. This is the part where you start shifting the dynamic. You've built some rapport, maybe shared a few intimate moments, and now it's time to drop that little hint of desire. Not desperate, not needy, but subtle. So subtle that it leaves her mind racing. Think about it. What separates a friendship from something more? Attraction. You've got to fuel that spark in the right way, at the right time. And trust me, timing is everything. You don't go throwing this around early, and you definitely don't do it with women who are already taken. This is for the moment when there's chemistry, when you've shared a laugh, a touch, maybe a kiss or two, and you can feel the tension rising. This is when you drop something like, "I love your perfume," and then with a smirk and a hint of mystery add, "I wonder if you smell this good everywhere." That's it. It's not crude, it's not overt, and it's not desperate, it's a spark. You're planting the seed of desire, just enough to make her imagination run wild. The key here is subtlety. When you're this smooth, it makes her want more and she'll start thinking about you even when you're not around. That's power, my friend. Remember, the link to get the templates is in the first pinned comment if you want to take this to the next level. Now, let's layer in a little Stoic perspective here. Because while desire is natural, understanding what you can control and what you can't will keep you grounded. The Stoic mindset teaches us to act with purpose, to move through the world unmoved by fleeting emotions and external validation. Desire is powerful, but it shouldn't control you. It's not about trying to manipulate someone's feelings. It's about mastering your own emotions and understanding how to wield your masculine energy when it counts. As Robert Greene wisely put it, words are a woman's weakness. And let's face it, words are the foundation of everything. How you speak, how you choose your words. This is how you build attraction, create intimacy, and slowly lead her into deeper territory. Your words can either push her away or draw her closer, depending on how you play it. If your conversations are stuck in that never-ending loop of small talk, asking her the same boring questions, getting the same shallow answers, it's no wonder you're not getting anywhere. That's because you're not digging deep enough. You're not creating that connection. Real connections happen in the deeper layers of conversation, where you stop talking about the weather or your favorite food and start talking about what makes her tick, what excites her, and what she's really about. Think about it this way. Communication is a weapon, a powerful tool. How you speak, when you speak, opens doors. It creates opportunities. It forms bonds that can't be broken. And in romantic relationships, this is everything. The ability to move beyond the surface and into something deeper, something meaningful. That's how you leave a lasting impact. So next time you're with her and the moment feels right, don't be afraid to throw out that hint of desire. Make her want more. Show her that you're not just another guy trying to get in her pants. You're the guy who commands attention, the guy who leaves her thinking about you long after you've walked away. This is how you stand out from the crowd, how you set the stage for something real. And remember, like the Stoics say, you control your actions, but you don't control the outcome. What matters is that you're mastering yourself and your desires, not being ruled by them. That's the true power. All right, let's wrap this up. You've got the tools now. 3 powerful messages that, when used the right way, can completely shift the dynamic with women. These aren't games. These aren't tricks. They're strategies rooted in confidence, subtlety, and masculine power. We've talked about igniting curiosity, providing confidence and security, and adding that hint of desire, all with the goal of making her think about you long after the conversation ends. But here's the kicker. It's not about her. It's about you. You see, while these messages might trigger something in her, the real power lies in how you carry yourself and how you understand your own emotions. Stoicism teaches us that the external world, the reactions of others, the validation from women, even the desire to control outcomes, doesn't define you. What defines you is how you handle yourself, how you take control of your mind, how you walk with certainty through the chaos of life. The women who can't resist these messages, they're just a reflection of how you master your own emotions and how you show up with unshakable confidence. So, stop waiting for validation. You're a man of purpose, not a man who just reacts. You don't chase, you attract. And the more you lean into that energy, the more you'll see how quickly women start to notice you, start thinking about you, and start desiring you. Remember, the power is in your hands. You control your actions, you control your mind, and you choose how to show up. The rest? That's just the result of your strength and your presence. So next time you're in front of her, don't just be a guy in the room. Be the one who commands attention, who makes her want more, who leaves her thinking about you when you're gone. Because that's the kind of man women can't resist. Now that you know how to apply these strategies, imagine having the exact messages that will make her think about you nonstop. Click the link in the first pinned comment and start using these phrases to grab more attention. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on mastering communication and attraction. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's keep growing together, and I'll see you in the next one.